The theme of today's video is better late than never. I've got some beautiful red zinnias that I need to get planted. Stay tuned, we'll do that right now. Working in the driveway garden today, trying to plant up some junipers that I had pulled out of a different landscape and try to finish this little area. And then I found some zinnias that I actually planted from seed on April 19th, and I haven't planted them in the ground yet. Today is September 6th. So again, the theme of this video is better late than never. So I'm hoping if I get these in the ground, I can enjoy them until frost takes them sometime in October. Although we have a threat of light frost tonight, hopefully they will be okay this close to my house. Either way, let's get planting. Usually when I plant, I backfill with 100% composted manure, but these are junipers, and I'm going to this soil here is really well draining, and it was amended only about a year ago, and we're going to go with that because junipers really like the sandy soil, which is right next to my house from the original contractors that put it in well over a decade ago. We do have a little bit of clay in here, but there's rock and sand. I'm just going to get this into a bucket, and I will use that for backfilling. Typically you would put 3 in a row here, but I only have enough space for 2, so that's what I'm going to do. Junipers do not like being wet. So I'm not going to bury this overly deep. I'm going to let it set a little bit proud, have the crown up a little bit above the ground. And I'm going to just backfill with the native soil, which is actually soil that's been somewhat amended. But I can see there's lots of sand and rock in this soil as well. Just going to kind of fill it in here so I get it tight. I could take this tag off. I don't have a scissor on me, but I'm going to just backfill with the mulch that I have here. Next spring, I plan on removing this mulch and redoing it with a gold mulch. For right now, I'm just going to keep this mulch here. This particular juniper is called Blue Star. This is a relatively low-growing shrub, maybe 3 feet tall at best, but I might keep it pruned at a foot just to kind of keep it low-growing if I can, and just kind of spread out as a carpet in this area. I think it'll look good. You can kind of see this is breaking up pretty good. There's a lot of different things mixed in here. So this is actually pine bark, so it's not wood, and it's actually used in a lot of cases as soil conditioner. It should not rob my soil of nitrogen like traditional wood mulch would do, because this is indeed bark. If you can see that, all mixed in there. There's stone, sand, lots of different stuff in there. My goal again is not to make it extra deep, but just to make sure I get it with a crown just above the ground. Backfilling again with the native soil. Lots of sand in there. Hopefully you can see that. I got a couple weeds in the container. We'll pull those out. Again, this looks good. Make sure when you're going to plant trees and shrubs and you have your container, get those weeds out of there so you're not planting them into a perfect condition to keep them growing as well, which is never fun to have to remove it after the fact. A spider lurking in there. All right, let's get this out of here. Yeah, you could say I got some weeds in there. I don't want some dead stuff, which I don't want either. So this is sat in the container for most of the summer after I had removed it and dug it up. And so that root system is pretty good there. So I want to arrange this so it looks the best. I'm going to go get a scissors and remove that tag. And the crown is about, you can see that or not, this crown is about 2 or 3 inches above the main hole, which is fine. Perfect. We're going to backfill. Let's see this in here now. Hope you can see the sand. It's that lighter color stuff in there. It's a sand. It's a contractor sand they use around foundations to make sure the water's draining away from the house, the basements. I'm just going to dump this out. I'm going to coax it into the hole on the backside. I got a little bit of dirt on top of the mulch, but that's, like I said, not a problem because I'm going to remove this mulch in the spring. I'm just not going to spend more money on this project this year, which is why I'm doing it this way. Once I get this in, we'll water it, but we will simply push this bark back up around here. All right, I'll go get a scissor and cut those tags off. So in case you haven't guessed it, the theme for this garden is red. And I'll show another section of the garden. I will show the red shrubs and flowers I've chose for this garden because my husband loves red. So this is a very warm colored garden. Goat spirits got me. Just going to use a hand trowel and move this dirt around, pull that mulch back, and just going to make a little groove just to lift a little bit of soil. I'm going to pop these root systems out. If the leaves are dry, I'm just going to rub them off. They're very abused. They held up pretty good considering they were in these little pots all summer. Oh, the root system's very contained. It's only going to make it for another 6 weeks, so I'm not going to do a lot with it. Technically, I should cut this off, but I want to enjoy the red blooms for a little bit. And then maybe I'll come out and cut it off about 6 inches. Hopefully we get enough of an autumn and I can get some flowers to come again by the end of October, maybe in 4 weeks if I cut them back. Breaking all the rules today, which is if you watch my channel, I do that all the time. So I'm gardening here in Zone 4 outside of Minneapolis, which is a really short growing season. So anybody that knows anything about Zone 4, we get down to minus 25. Typically, we can't put things in the ground until the last frost date for the spring for us is May 20th or so, and it's just such a short growing season. We're in early September and you can get killing frost by that time. Last year my killing frost was September 24th, and I got snow I think a week later, so always let that first frost be a warning. And then I've had situations where we haven't had frost until November. This is a goat spirit, in case anybody's wondering. It is massive. It has been in the ground here for about 12 years, maybe longer, maybe 14. And it's a huge monster. Probably should cut it back, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm going to try to get as many of these in the ground as I can. I really want to collect some seeds, so I'll probably leave one of them go to seed. Like collecting my own seed if I can and regrowing. So I'm going to plant them kind of tight. And then I've got some leftover Dusty Miller, which in other areas of my yard, the bunnies have been just devastating, but I'm just going to toss them in the ground here for now, again, as an accent color. And I'm sure the bunnies will eat them, but maybe I'll put some Alargonite down just to try to keep the bunnies off. Everything's extremely root bound, but these are annuals for me. They will not come back. So when the frost takes them, they'll be done. And I only have maybe 4 weeks, if I'm lucky, that they're going to be here. But I wanted to try to get them in the ground and finish this little area. Trying not to trample over my plantings, so I got to get my bench moved to a convenient location. Again, nice thing with the handles because you can lift it up. It's really light as well. I don't know. I'll probably plant some kind of perennial in here next year, but instead of doing annuals. But for right now, when I have shrubs that are small, putting annuals in is really a good choice. I mean, they're so complete. It's like a sponge. It's like completely root bound. It's crazy. Backfill it with my soil. Tuck her in there. Alexa told me that the rain's coming. I got about 30 minutes, so I don't need to do too much of a water job on this. I will water it more tomorrow, depending on how much we get. There, I got it done. It's pretty good. I got one of the heads. That one broke off, which is okay. But I think it looks pretty good. That little pop of red and the green just look really good together, and it fills in the space pretty nice. It was a good use of the Dusty Miller. I'll put some Milorganite down to try to keep the rabbits out of there. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up so YouTube knows to share this content with others. Also, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of our other great videos. If you like how-to videos, check this playlist next. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.